What's your problem with him?
Well, I just think he writes really bad prose, and a lot of writers aren't necessarily memorable writers, but they take care not to write bad prose, and his is bad. He introduces a character saying she is the Director General of the World Health Organization, a highly coveted and prestigious position. Well, obviously, we know that. It's like he's writing for children.
And his latest book is no better?
No, I mean, well, it's slightly better. He's getting a little better, but not much.
What do you think, Cathy? Have you read it?
Yes, I did, and I don't agree. I zipped through it. I thought it was a very engaging read. I quite like all the bits of information. I'm not sure everybody does know everything. I liked all the travel stuff. It makes me want to go to Florence. Brings the city alive. So, yes, I enjoyed it very much. I think you're being a bit harsh.
Yeah, what's wrong with descriptive writing,
Well,
Jake?
it's true. He is fantastically erudite, clever man, much more clever than any of us, I'm sure. But it's just he so desperately wants to impart everything he knows about art and architecture and religious history to his readers. And it's just, he reminds me of a tour guide who thinks that he'll get a bigger tip if he includes as many facts as he possibly can. And I just suffered from highbrow trivia overload. Couldn't take it.
I'm not sure I agree, actually, because I read lots of novels where I feel the research is sitting a bit heavy, and I didn't get that impression. I whipped through it. There was an awful lot of stuff that I didn't know, and it's, interesting little factoid about every 2 or 3 pages. I liked that.
Let's face it, Jake, I mean, he's made a fortune, hasn't he? He's got millions of fans around the world, so he must be doing something right.
It's true. I'm sure I'm in the minority, but I just feel he could be a little more. I mean, his characters are so cardboard, and there's never any sexual tension.
Is that missing, Cathy? What would you say?
I did feel that was missing. There's a bit at the beginning where he talks about having not gone for the joys of companionship, but embraced the joys of bachelorhood. And I did have a moment where I thought, oh.
I could understand that.
I quite like a little bit of a love interest in a book.
But nobody really ever acts or sounds like a real person, and it just makes you care about the characters a bit less.
But aren't you being a little bit of a snob here, Jake? I mean, have you ever given a nice critique to a page-turner, which is what it is, isn't it? It's not a piece of literature. I love all
that Boyzone stuff, and you have to turn this book round 360 degrees 9 times in order to read a coded poem that's written in the form of a spiral, and I love doing all that, but I just think other people do it a bit better. They can write better. So
Does he deserve all the success he's got? Is he not a little overblown?
I think it's great fun, and at the end of the day, people really want to read him, and who are we to say that all those people are wrong, I think. And I think it is great fun. I zipped along, want to go to Florence.
So you would recommend it. Could you do any better, Jake? Why don't you start writing?
Well, yes. Okay, I'm sure I couldn't do better, but it just wasn't quite for me.